I'm Mia, and this is my 5th Halloween look of the month. But yeah, no, that means we are 5 out of 9. We're halfway there, let's be honest here. A little more. And it's only October 6th as I film this. I like to be ahead, what can I say? But yeah, I want to try to redo this look. I did it a few years ago. It did not end up very well. I did some practicing on my hand for the pumpkin shapes. So we're gonna try. But first, like always, we're gonna do eyes. I'm still gonna do the green. So I'm gonna go in with my Colourpop Cosmetics Matte About Hue palette. I know my Blend Bunny palette doesn't have enough greens to justify using that one. And I like the tones of these greens better than that one. So we're gonna start. This is not the brush I thought I grabbed. This is the brush I thought I grabbed. This is the Morphe M506. This is really old. I don't even know if they still sell this. But I'm going to take a little bit of Gone Meta with some of Kelp. Unfortunately, these do lean a little blue. But I've noticed a lot of deep greens do that. Like when it comes to eyeshadows and stuff. So, take what I can get here. But still want to do the green eyeshadow because it will still be pumpkin-y, especially if I go in with a orange blush. I did do a few blush mixtures when I was testing too. Just because the one, like, straight up... Oh no, I do have that other blush. I'll be quiet. Because I was mixing my Refy blush, which is like more a burnt orange. I'm like, I don't want that. So I mixed it with kind of like a corally, and it did work. I forgot that I have my Glisten blush, which is like straight up orange. So I might do a mixture of the 3 of them and see what happens. But still. But yeah, I will also have you know, it is 11 o'clock a.m. as I film this. I know, who am I? I very rarely do my makeup this early in the day, if ever. I think I've done it once. And that was so I could get 2 looks done. Can't do that today. Because we are going to the Topsfield Fair later, and the plan is gonna pick my brother up straight from school and go there. My brother gets out of school at 2:20, which is generally about the time I would start doing my makeup. So it's either not that I can't afford to like not stay ahead, but like I like staying ahead. I don't need to worry about scheduling and stuff. So, doing my makeup now. Because like I said, I don't know if I'm going to have the chance to be able to do it tomorrow. Because I'm working the food truck. And I don't know what time it ends. I don't know what time we're getting home. I don't even know where it is. I'm going to be so honest here. They just went, hey, we don't have an employee available. Want to work? And I went, I don't really have a choice on this matter. And they went, no. So, alas. But large fluffy brush, I'm going to take some of Stop that has 3 P's in it, I would like that to be known, and some of Say Less, and I'm just going to use this to start to blend out and like kind of, yeah, I don't know if I want to do like the green inner corner like that, but I'm still at least going to do shimmer because I'm not a heathen. And my last few looks haven't been like super shimmer heavy, so. But, like I said, even though it's not the main focus of the show, I still want that green eyeshadow because the pumpkins, you know? Even though they're not... Ooh, those are the lashes I should use. I know. Sorry, off topic. But I really should have gone out yesterday. I had that thought, like, in the afternoon too. I'm like, you know what? We're not doing our usual, like, grocery shopping and errand shenanigans. Because my father has a doctor's appointment, and then we're doing Topsfield, so, like, we're just gonna not. So, I have, like, no food. I also think my freezer went out. Or somebody didn't close it all the way, because I went to... I don't even know why I went in the freezer. But I went, and I'm like, okay, this box is very wet and, like, bendy. And then I had I had Magnum bars, and I picked them up and it was like slushy And I'm like, oh, not ideal, not gonna lie. And then I'm gonna go in with that original brush and just take some of Kelp and a tiny bit of Alley Cat just to deepen it up a little. Just a little. I'm not doing the exact same eye, I'm more using that as color inspo in the photo for the blush. I'm definitely not doing a black lip because I did that recently and I don't like how it turned out. So, and then this is just a clean brush and I'm just going to do a little. I like blending dark colors out with a clean brush if I have the means to. Just because then I don't get more color in places that I don't want it. So I'm just going to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I need to find, ooh, that's too much. I need to even that out on the other side. I need to make sure to pull some cash from my little box because I know he's going to try to pay for everything, but I would like to try to pay for my own food tonight. I say tonight. We're going to end up there at like 3:30, probably leave around 5. So by the time we get home, I can guarantee I'll be a little hungry, but it's going to be a, if anyone's hungry, it's a you're on your own kind of night because stuff yourselves full at the Top Suede Fair. But I'm getting a sausage because that's like the one time a year I get like sausage, peppers, and onions. It's just how it goes. Like there's a cart at work, not at work, like around the corner, and like I never get it because I'm like, it feels wrong. But I always get a sausage at the Top Suede Fair. I should probably branch out. I usually get like 3 things. I usually get a sausage, apple crisp with soft serve vanilla ice cream, not the hard ice cream. And then my mother and I will usually share the apple crisp and she'll get a strawberry shortcake and we'll switch. And then I'll usually get a wild card. And then I'll bring a caramel apple home with me. Every time. Without fail. So yeah. I am going to take a little bit of the NYX Glitter Primer because I do plan on using a shimmer because like I said, my last few looks haven't been very shimmer heavy. Like I've used like a little bit, like my bat wing look, I did a little bit, just so there's something there. What look did I do yesterday? I know I did a look, I don't remember what it was. I did my little, like, spooky not sky, but like inspired by my nails. That had like a little bit right here. Oh my god, what did I do yesterday? I know I did a makeup look. Frankenstein. I did not use any shimmer on that. So, I need a little. And again, the shimmer isn't the main focus of the show, but I still need a little something something. But this is from Clionadh Cosmetics. This is the shade Candela. It's from the Series 1 Iridescent Multichrome. I bought a whole bundle and it was the series Multichromes. This isn't a super like intense shimmer, but it is green and it will be a little like wah. See, it does what she needs to do. Again, she's not super glittery, like chunky glitter. Like obviously this is like shimmery and stuff, but like my Terra Moons ones, those are like a chunky glitter, which is so funny because I don't like pressed glitters, but I like a semi-chunky wet looking shimmer. I don't know how that works, don't ask me. And then little flathead brush, I'm going back into the Colourpop palette. I'm taking just some of the shade Alley Cat and I'm just going to do my little faux liner smudge. I've been using not a lot of green, but my last look, you know, Frankenstein-esque. Yes, I know Frankenstein was the doctor, not the monster. Obviously it was like kind of olive toned greens and stuff because rotten flesh. So 2 back-to-back looks of green, which is funny because I used to hate with a burning passion green eyeshadows. I'm like, my eyes are green, why should I do green eyeshadow? But like the past few years, especially like a chartreuse, I love. It may be an ugly color any other day of the week in like any other context, but I love a shimmery chartreuse eyeshadow. I know. What kind of nonsense? But this is gonna be it for the eyes. I'm gonna be so honest here. So I need to find some lashes, but I'll be back in a second. Hello, hi, I'm back with some lashes on. I did do a slightly bigger wing, like a winged out lash than I usually would, but I feel like they work for the Halloween kind of looks. And again, they're a little dramatic. But we're gonna move on to base. I'm gonna go in with the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops. I know, who could have foreseen this coming? Me. I could have. I also feel like my lights are brighter than usual, even though I haven't changed them. Like, I feel like I look considerably whiter. I know. And it was awful trying to get the lighting set up correctly from when I was taking my pictures yesterday. And it was just not focusing, it was not centering. So I don't know what was going on, but it was fixed. I dealt with it. Huzzah. Little. And next I'm gonna go in with the Kulfi Double Life Serum Primer. I have been loving this stuff. Oh, but on the topic of top Suede fair, you know what I've never been to? The Big E. And nor do I plan on it. It's somewhere out west. It's a decent sized drive, and I've seen videos and it looks awful, and there's always some sort of riot or a fight, and I want to say it's Springfield, and there's no, I don't think there's anything in the world that could get me to Springfield, Massachusetts. I'm gonna be so honest with you here. Like, my manager that's on maternity leave, I don't know if she's not from Springfield, but she lives in Springfield, and she's like it's awful. I would not recommend this to anybody. So, but no, never been to the Big E. I don't plan on it. I keep seeing ads for it. They're like, oh my god, and I'm like, no, not happening. You can't make me. And I'm gonna go in with the Haus Labs Trichlone Skin Tech Foundation in the shade 70 Fair Neutral. I don't think putting this on the back of my hand was a good idea because I'm gonna need to wipe it off. It's fine. I also have some blush still on there from when I was doing my little practicing. Oh, because I mixed the blushes I thought I was going to use, and now I might change that. And then I was doing the jack-o'-lantern faces practice. It's going to be a little concerning. I just don't think I plucked my pimple hair too hard. Not my pimple hair. I have a mole here. Not to sound like an old Italian lady. But, you know, sometimes a few hairs grow out of there, and I think I plucked it too hard because it's a little sore. I'm gonna be honest here. I know it's kind of gross, but like, no one's perfect. People have hair. I did pluck some of my, like, hairs here, because I'm like, yeah, I know these ones aren't gonna be used in a brow anytime soon. So, just gonna, there we go. I may need to set my face. I'll decide after my creams before my pumpkin. And this is from Win Beauty by Serena Williams. This is the Nothing to See Soft Matte Creamy Concealer. Obviously, this is my first time using it since I'm pulling it out of the box. This is the shade, oh god, Extend 45, or 45 Extend, whatever. But I said this last video. This thing's huge. I think they're either going out of business and or leaving Ulta. I mean, if they're going out of business, they're gonna leave Ulta anyways. But everything was like on super sale. Like, I think this was the most expensive thing at like $6.25, maybe $5.75. I don't know, but well, I don't know if they're going out of business because I checked their website and nothing was on sale. So, whatever. I picked up a handful of things because I really like their lip liner. So I got another shade. And I got a gloss in this and like a multi-use pigment. I'm hoping that multi-use pigment is not quite a stain, but like kind of budge proof, because I want to put that in my makeup bag for New York. Because I want to bring minimal things, even though I used everything I brought with me last time. But I said last video too, I want more space for trinkets and things this time around. So, but I'm gonna blend this out because I do love like a matte concealer with a glowy base. And this shade is like perfect. This is like the most best, like this is a very good like fair neutral concealer, because a lot of neutral concealers, I noticed this with my Natasha Denona one yesterday when I was using it, or the day before, whenever I used it. It was very yellow, and that's a thing that a lot of neutral toned things, they're like, oh yeah, it's neutral. And then it's, I mean, I put way too much on, but then it's always like yellow or like orange or peachy, and never just straight neutral. A good example of this is my Kulfi one. That is like the most neutral of neutrals I've ever seen in my life. But I'm gonna blend it. Like I said, I think I put way too much on, but it's fine. And this is probably the concealer I will also use to carve out my pumpkin, because I want to do it concealer tone, so that way it just looks like the, I don't know, I can't explain it, but I have a vision. Just gonna kind of go back over with my foundation brush just to even everything out, get it bigger. I'm gonna go in with the Milani Cheek Kiss Cream Bronzer in the shade Hey Honey. I'm gonna start with my nose. I don't know why. Like, I want like a really intense nose today. It's funny, I was originally gonna go in, what was I even gonna go in with? Oh, my Makeup Forever crayon, which is definitely like a contour color, but I'm like, if I'm doing an orange themed look, because, you know, pumpkin's orange, gonna need a orange blush, why am I gonna go in something with like cool toned? So realized that a real bronzer may be a better option for this. Just, you know, I almost said competency wise, but that's not the right. I also feel like, I don't know, it's not that I'm tan, but I feel like none of my foundations are just right now. But give it like 2 months, because my tan should hopefully go away. And then going in with an angled Colourpop brush. I don't even know if this one is still sold, because this is very, very old. Oh, I am just tapping it onto the lid just to get it like worked into the brush a little, and it's not just totally awful. We're gonna I don't want to go too far, because I want most of the blush to be like right here, that way the pumpkins can be seen easily. But I'm gonna carefully work this in. I hate that my cheeks are not the same depths of, not that they're chiseled, but like this one always, I have like a little bit of work here. I have nothing over here. I'm like, this is awful. Evil. Betrayal in the highest form. Right. This is from Glisten Cosmetics. This is the Blooming Blush in the shade Orange You Glad. And this is very orange. So I figured this may be a good idea to do. That's way too much. I know that's way too much too. Then some of the Huda Beauty Blush Filter in Sunset Lychee. This is just to not offset the orange a little, but just give it a little more depth than just orange. And then this is from Refy. This is the cream blush in the shade Citrine. And this is like the burnt orange I was talking about. But I'm gonna mix it onto the back of my hand because I'm a peasant. See? This is so very thick. That is my phone, not a mirror. So I'm gonna kinda right about here. I'm definitely doing a whole bunch on my nose too. That's way too much. But everything's fine. It's fine! I look like a freaking scarecrow. Just gonna carefully blend this in. Again, my nose is fine to be whatever I want, but I can always go back in with a little more if I need to on like the apples of my cheek. Because again, that's where I want the most blush, because that's where I'm going to carve out a faux little pumpkin. But I'm gonna, obviously I want a little up here, but I want most of it. Like, I'm gonna look stupid, I know that. Not that it's the point, but like, with this amount of blush, it's impossible not to look a little stupid at least. I'm gonna... I feel like this side isn't even to the other. Like, I already feel like I'm doing too much. And I am going to do highlighter before I do this nonsense. My ankles hurt so much, by the way. This is from Fenty Beauty. This is the Demi Glow Light Diffusing Highlighter in the shade Pretty Pearls. I did find, not this shade, but a few of these in Marshall's, TJ Maxx. Marshall's. The other day. So I'm keeping an eye out. And I'm just gonna... Also, I was the one who ended up buying our Comic-Con tickets. And it was on the actual website. So follow me here. Went to the Rhode Island Comic-Con website. They went, buy tickets. They went, okay. It went to Ticketmaster. It went, okay. So, fun fact. Our tickets are being shipped. I'm not gonna have a digital ticket. So I'm a little paranoid. It said 7 to 10 business days before they even ship, and I bought them like the last day of September. So again, it's only the 6th, but I'm like, I'm so paranoid about them not shipping out or them being lost, and this is why I want digital tickets. So I have it. I have proof of it. But fingers crossed, because last time we had to pick them up at Will Call, and the Will Call line was over an hour long, even though we got there right at 10. Nonsense. Nonsense. We're also going on Saturday, and that just concerns me. Last time we went on a Saturday, it was awful. But I might cave and buy a John Bernthal autograph, I'm not gonna lie here. Alright, now the scary part. Like I said, I'm just gonna use the same exact concealer that I used before. And I'm gonna take some on the back of my hand. I also have my photo. No, I have an iPad. I could just do this there. It's an old iPad. It was given to me. These dot and tools have really been being abused lately, haven't they? Oh god. Let's try on this side. I hate this. Like, this alone is Halloweeny, but like not like Halloweeny, you know? But I'm scared. Everything. Lord, this is... Alright, so... Triangle? Can't even see that. Okay, that can be seen a little better. Not much, but a little. I'm also going in with just like a flat edged brush. Because I don't think the dotting tool is a good idea. Oh god, this is not a good idea. Scary and awful. And I hate it. I have only myself to blame. But I hate it. Also, I do not give two flying rats ass if this is not even... I'm at least just more concerned about actually getting it on my face at this rate. Two. Damn. And my battery's dying. I'll be back in a minute. Hi. You may be able to tell that I finished the pumpkins. My battery died, and my hands are so shaky that I need to like lean when I'm doing my stuff, so you'd only see this. Otherwise it's just And it's still not great, but this side definitely did come out a little better. Still not ideal, but I don't have time to not continue with this. So, alas. This is from Melt. This is the Perfectionist lip pencil in the shade Cashmere. I got this on a whim in a Beauty Bay haul. Haven't really used it. I think it might work. So, just gonna line. Like, I've swatched it a few times and it seems fine. But I just definitely need something a little warmer toned to go with the blush and the vibes. Again, it's like a perfectly fine standard pencil. It's just nothing wild. Just yeah, I was thinking of going in with the second lip liner, but I think this will actually be fine. Oh, I don't know if I said it or not, but I placed like a cider haul because I'm like, I want to start wearing more like earthy warm tones. I returned the entire haul. Their sizing is so up. Like, an extra large was too small for me. I would like it to be known that I am a medium, sometimes a large. Well, it's just one of those weird sizing things because they don't use a US sizing, so everything's kind of messed up. Otherwise, not like messed up and like, but like nothing's just, my size is not the right size. And also, everything that I got, I apparently had like a ruched side, so that did not help because my waist is smaller than my hips, so I need something a little longer. And everything is also freaking cropped these days. Or they're like, oh, sits at hip. I'm like, girl, I need a little leeway. I literally go, what? I go, I'm like, ma'am, there's a gap between my boobs, my waist, and my hips. I'm like, I need something a little stretchy. I need something that's a little longer because I can't have things that sit at my hips because then they just, nothing good happens. Which is so funny because I have a short torso, but I have large boobs for my size. And I'm like, this is not, it's hard trying to fit into things, which is why I try to stick to oversized things and not do any colors and draw attention to myself. But alas. This is from Makeup by Mario. This is the Ultra Suede lipstick in the shade Cam. So I'm gonna do a little, yeah. That is the vibes I want. Also, I desperately need to shower and wash my hair before we leave. I haven't washed my hair since Friday night. And I didn't go anywhere yesterday. And just, things happened. And until this morning, my hair still looked pretty okay. I used what did I use? I used like a hair mask, like an intense one for the first time. And my hair feels like so light and like smooth. Not like smooth, but like it feels softer than usual, so. I feel like, I'm also not wearing my glasses. I feel like these look like cat whiskers to me right now. But I'm gonna go try to fix my hair, but I should be back in a second. Alrighty, I'm back. Thankfully my bangs didn't take that long because I did trim them and I also put some dry shampoo in them so they're not as unruly, like the tiniest bits of dry shampoo. But this is the finished look. I hate it. This was not a good idea. My hands are too shaky for this kind of nonsense, and they're bigger than what I want, but they need to be bigger so it can be seen on camera, obviously. But yeah. Again, literally everything else is fine. If you took away the cheeks, like it would be fine. Like it would still kind of clearly be like a Halloween-esque look without being overly Halloween-y. But these just, They're evil and awful, and I hate them. But not everything can be winners. Contrary to popular belief, not everything I do on the first try works. And that's okay. You're allowed to fail every once in a while. And